Dan was a small donkey with big dreams. He lived in a little village called Bethphage at the foot of a mountain not far from Jerusalem. Most of the time he was happy, playing with the other young donkeys who were turned out into the field with him. They chased each other about, kicking up the dust under the trees, or, in the hottest part of the day, they lay down in the shade and flicked the flies off each other with their tails. But Dan was the smallest of all the young donkeys in the village, being the youngest. And he was always being teased for it, especially when he wondered out loud about the things he dreamed for his future. Dan would often stand at the edge of the field and gaze long. Loaded up their donkeys to go on a long journey, maybe to visit friends or relatives in another town, and say, one day, maybe I'll have a really important job to do just like that. One day, you wait and see. All the other young donkeys would raise their eyes and shake their heads. You'd rather be doing all that work than be here with us, playing in the field? You're the smallest of all at anything. And so, eventually, Dan stopped dreaming out loud, and as time went by, he even began to believe that what his friends said might be true. Maybe he was too small to do anything useful. But one day, was buzzing with the preparations for this important celebration. Dan had been tied up with his mother outside the little house where his family lived. As he stood by the house, his head hanging down sadly, two men rushed up and began to untie him. For a moment, he was too startled to think what was happening, but before he could say anything, his owner had appeared at the doorway and was asking the two men what they were doing. Jesus, the master, needs him, was all.